All right, greetings again. And there are people all over the world who want to know their roots and they want to know where they were from. Last year, my oldest aunt passed away, and there were family members that were in charge of selling that house. Now, my grandmother used to live in that house with my oldest aunt, and everybody took whatever they could take. And I came at the tail end. And so I saw this book. See if you can see it. Our Family, a Historical Journal. Now, as far as I was concerned, this was gold. At the back of it. Let me see. See, I have this thing in the back room. I'm going to have to stop the virtual background in order for you to see. So yeah, I had to take off that virtual background because you couldn't really see what I'm showing you. So this says Our Family, a Historical Journal. This is a historical journal of our family history. Now, the first page, which I found was wonderful, is a picture of Africa. And it has the United States, South Carolina, New York, Pennsylvania, Florida, Georgia, all the different places that I guess people live in our family, honoring our heritage. Okay, guys, I do wear readers when I have to read, so don't mind my cute glasses. Honoring our heritage, unashamedly African, unapologetically Christian. That's what my aunt wrote. My race in mind and soul, thy name is written on glory scroll. And then on the back, it has this. This is what she has on the other page. And it says, Mother and Child, Mali. Figure like this, mother and child are called children of Guan. The Guan society, both men and women, are concerned with promoting and protecting fertility. The mother's cool serenity reminds us how much we humans err in anger and impatience. She is a woman of rank, elevated above others. Strapped to her left arm is a dagger, perhaps an indication of her power and ability to protect her child. Now, I don't know why my aunt put that in here because I had gone and done my ancestry. I did my lineage on my grandmother's side, and I gave them the results. And it should have been in this book, but it wasn't in this book. So no, and it doesn't matter if she put this in. It's okay. We can say we're from Mali or whatever because we know Africa was one place. It wasn't. It was split up after those folks got a hold of it and sliced it up like pizza. But yeah, so then we have Margaret. It says Margaret lived on a farm in South Carolina, married Isaac Brown Sr. So my great grandmother, her name was Margaret. She married my great grandfather, Isaac Brown Sr. They had 10 children, and they named all 10 children here. I have the names of my great uncles and aunts. And then look, when we turn, I have a picture of my great grandfather, Isaac Brown Sr. He was born in 1835. He actually looks like my grandmother. He looks like my grandmother. He was born in 1835. But then they say here, according to Joseph Brown, son of Jesse Brown, it was told to him by his father that Isaac Brown first lived in West Virginia, and he and his sister Lucinda was sold as a slave by a family in West Virginia. His sister Lucinda was sold first, and he didn't know to whom or where. Isaac was sold to a family in South Carolina, where he lived out his remaining years. Isaac Brown worked as a blacksmith. One of his sons, Benjamin, followed in his footsteps. His other sons were farmers or worked on the railroad. Oh, yes, I have a picture of my great grandfather and his wife. But this is the thing, is that I was trying to figure out what my great grandmother's life was like, because my grandmother was very quiet and reserved, and I didn't know why she was so quiet and reserved. But I got to find out after looking in this book, and I sat down, lit a candle, and I started asking questions. I said, "What was your life like, great grandmother? What was your life like? You know, what was going on?" So when I looked and I saw that she had two children that had passed away, she was pregnant with my grandmother when she lost a child. So how could she hold my grandmother's tight, not knowing if she was gonna pass away too? So it got me to really understand why my grandmother was not empathetic or touchy-feely or even emotionally attached, physically attached to me at all. She wasn't either. So she had, they said, two of their seven children died at an early age. Now, the one who passed away right before my grandmother was born, they was the one that was 3.5 years old. Yeah, 3.5 years old. So my grandmother, my great grandmother was sad. She didn't smile a lot. And then they go on to all of the children and their children's children and pictures of them and it just goes on, and then they add, we get all the way up to I mean, people in 1892, pictures of them. I mean, it's amazing how they even got these pictures. John Brown, these pictures of folks in the family. George Brown, all of these, Isaac and Margaret Brown's children. Magnolia, oh, it's all of these names. Mildred, oh boy. We got all of this history, and people search around looking for, yeah. They got, oh, this was Lucinda. Who's this? Somebody else named the child Lucinda. So after, okay, what is this picture? I'm trying to figure out where this picture came from. They have the year that she was born blanked out, but then they have 1924, as if this person passed away in 1924. So this is what I'm saying, we have, this whole book is full of history, and it started in Africa. So we remember that. We never forgot. Just because somebody tells us that we're so many generations removed from Africa, which this book starts in 1835, my great great grandfather. I'm supposed to let you tell me that I don't have African blood just because we were enslaved in Africa. I mean, in America, we was enslaved in America. I'm supposed to forget Africa. My grandfather, he always sang this song that he felt was I don't know where he got it from, but he felt it was something related to his African roots. And so his thing was, we must sing this song to every child. When a child is born in our family, you must sing this song to them. So we have a traditional song. When that child is born, they're going to sit them on your lap and sing this song. I tell you, I believe my grandfather was Nigerian. Now I know my grandmother's side was Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, and Liberia. But we know for a fact we are West African. And from West Africa, we were spread out in the Caribbean, and then the Americas. We know some Barbados in the family, but at the end of the day, we came from Africa. So even when people went, oh, you have Jamaican blood, you from Barbados, and we's African. And some have forgotten, and I think that's why certain people suffer, because you forgot. Your ancestors never wanted you to get comfortable. They never wanted you to forget. You know, there was times when I was a kid, I used to look at television shows and say, man, these people keep you laughing so you could forget, so you could get comfortable, even though you were stolen. So because now that you know, you're supposed to be on a mission to try to recover and find out the truth about who you are. Now that you know, but what's happening to the majority of our folks in America, they figured, you know what? Forget that. It don't change the blood that's running through your veins. It don't change that. Woe unto me. Woe unto me if I was supposed to forget my people who sacrifice, that I should even be able to survive, to be able to be here right now, to be standing here before you in my right mind, able to express myself, and I must deny them now? Are you serious? Are you really serious? I walk in certain areas and I say, I know not too long ago, we were not able to walk in these areas. And some people are not happy that we're here. They're okay with a little bit of us, but don't let it get too plenty. So we're strangers in a foreign land. We're still strangers in a foreign land. I don't care what nobody say. You try to get comfortable. How could you get comfortable? I go to jobs and I can't get comfortable. And I wonder, why is it? Put pictures on the wall and all of this stuff like that. I just can't do it. I just never feel comfortable. I always feel like I got somewhere to go. A restless spirit. I should be restless. I should be restless until I get back home, right? People say, well, go back to Africa. I go when I'm ready, when you get out. Okay. I'll go. Fair enough. So I'm just wanted to share that with you, that wonderful book that somebody thought was trash. Just like when my other aunt passed away and they cleared out her house, they sent the remnants, like the little containers of her stuff. They sent it like, oh, go look in here, look in her stuff. Look at her stuff, here's what's left over, all of these earrings. And all I saw was earrings, one cowrie shell, one cowrie shell, one. It was about 7 pairs where it was only one. She kept dropping and losing an earring. And I was amazed because nobody noticed that. Nobody took them. Nobody. I did. And I felt it was symbolic. And I still vow that they're symbolic. Those cowrie shells mean something. She had left a gold ring to me that I never got. But she left those earrings because I love cowrie shell earrings. I love them. So I have every last one of them. So you must be willing to uncover those things that you will need, that you may think are nothing, and knock the dust off of them and hold them close to your heart where others don't recognize their value. You recognize their value.